So I've been playing around with the Etheria Restart new update, and I gotta say, it feels really, really good to play the game right now. And I think this should have been in the game in the very first place. However, I know that we didn't get like a reset event, we didn't get like a Rengoku nerf, and we did not get like a buff to training data and coin drop and reconfig chip drop as well, because I'm also kind of running low on the chip. I used to be very comfortable at 5,000, but now not so much. But I'm here to talk about the stuff that I enjoy from the previous update. So first is going to be the gear swap thing. For the past many hours, I've been trying to build team for every single dungeon. Because now you go to every single dungeon, you can have this beautiful button down here that allow you to use or set the team that you want to use together with all the gear and the shell that you have on them. And immediately equip everyone with the exact optimal thing that you have on them the moment you finish building the team, which is really, really crazy. And you can do that for every single shell farming and model farming dungeon, and that is really crazy to me because this is one of the most inconvenient thing about playing the game for the longest time, which is to rebuild everything. Especially for Terramaton, for example, it required me to build a completely different team, but I can do this, click on use, and immediately everything is reloaded into the build I want them to be, because it's going to be very specific for every single dungeon, and that is so important. I've done that for every single dungeon as well. For example, I've done that for all the module farming, I've done that for all the shell farming. So Rango is going to be a very specific dungeon as well that I need to build everything on Bloodbath, for example. So this is still my farming team for Rango. I'm going to click on use, bada bing, bada boom, and everything is on the build I want them to be. For example, my Vice and my Claws are both on Bloodbath. My Linglo is also on Bloodbath so that they won't get one shot by the boss random RNG revenge. And that is very important to me. So it has been straight up incredible. Like, this should have been the game launch state. Like, this is so convenient. It's crazy. So right now, the gear farming state is going to be shared with the union gear. The good thing is this thing is only once a week. And if you're not in like the top 50 guild, maybe, I don't know, you are most likely fighting easier battles in United Front. So it's not super important to have like separate gear for guild PvP just yet. And you can also do the same for this content as well. Save a team and we're good to go. The formation thing right now is really, really good. And when you go to the arena section of the game, the gear in arena is separate as well. There's going to be an arena PvP loadout you can turn on right here so that you go to a different menu. However, I think it's not optimized yet because there's no button over here to like click on module. You have to like unload them like one by one, which is a little bit annoying. But you can also preset all the different kind of gear loadout for your PvP unit, and it's going to be separate from the PvE section, because right now all the gear outside of PvP is very different. But if I go to my arena defense team, the formation for my arena defense is going to be very different as well. And my best speed set is back on the Kazuyo, for example. So now it is still defending my base very, very well. I think I got a couple lucky victory right there because people got outsped by my Kazuyo. And your defense team is not going to stand strong while you're farming Rango or whatever you're farming outside of PvP. And I'm pretty sure the same is going to be for the Summit Arena as well. However, if you switch to a different speed set on your Summit Arena, then maybe your Arena AI defense is not going to be strong. However, they buffed the coin acquisition rate for Summit Arena, which means, to be honest, you don't really have to play this content outside of the weekend unless you are like pushing for rank, right? If you're like a normal human being with a life, then you're probably going to ignore this content until it is the weekend. And then you can get the 2,000 coin per week in the Fearless Arena while clearing the Fearless Arena achievement reward as well. So that's like the optimal way to do like RTA and clearing the RTA shop. So for most of the weekdays, you don't need to care about this as much, and your AI arena will still defend your base really, really well. And not only that, we have a new way to look at the clear team for every single dungeon. So when you go to the strategy section, you can click on ranking, and you can click on the filter, which is gonna allow you to, oh my god, look at this. The thing is so new that there's still Chinese in it, okay? This game, you know, small indie company, give them a break. Anyway, you can click on this, And holy shit, I can check the team that has my animals, not fucking Lily. Oh wait, show. Oh wait, I have Lily now. But you can check on the team with your own animals, which is really, really good. So I can try to maybe copy this team and see the stat of every single player. I can see their run as well, which is going to be very amazing. So now I can try to see what the hell people are using with the animals that I actually have to see if I can build them, which is really amazing. Like I have Chloros. Do I plan to build Chloros? Not yet, because I need to build Lilium very, very soon, right? But I know that it is a doable or achievable goal that I can look at. So this should have been in the fucking game right at the start. Like, oh my god, dude. I swear they did not do this. Like, at the start of the game, just so that I can sell more Lily, okay? Because all you see back then was just Lily. Clear Tam or Shadow Sania, for example, right? This Terramaton. But if you go to like other content like Shell Dungeon, you only see Lily. However, now you can go in here and click on ranking, and oh my god, isn't that beautiful right there? That is a lot of Remoka, by the way. Man, doesn't show my team though. My double revelation team. Still working, by the way. So if you're wondering, a side note is that the revelation in PvE works the same because they only nerf revelation in PvP. So this team I've been using for the longest time for Doki Doki still work the same way. So I have like CC in the first turn with Kazuyo. And then I finally made my Kraken faster as well so that he can CC after Kazuyo. In case my cast miss a certain unit, then I have like a second layer of CC that's also on Codex of Magic so that he can CC in the next round as well. And I buff my attack power with Tsukiyomi, double revelation go boom boom, and we are good to go. So Revelation works the same way in PvE, which means if you're building Revelation for like your boss killing purposes, it's gonna work the same way. Don't worry too much about it. Overall, very W quality of life moment for the game that I really enjoy, and that should have been in the game in the first place. Would have been very cool, but now we have it, and I really, really, really like it. The next part is that the new unit is also in the game. At the moment, we can check it out briefly because without actually playing with the character, all we can say is speculation, right? So we can see that the base speed for Lilium is pretty high, 125, one of the fastest or one of the faster character in the game. I think 120 is like the base at 6-star, and then you can max her skill 1 for 15 more speed. However, her passive only activated level 5 of skill 1 upgrade. You know, a little Latisse cash shop kind of moment right there. Unless you save up, you can still build her. But if you want to build her immediately and get the passive, and you don't have the Latisse save, then you gotta you gotta do what you need to do. Yeah. The skill 3 is very, very good as well. And when you maxed out the skill 3, you get a nice little reduced skill cooldown by 1 turn. So 3-turn cooldown and 2-turn buff. Overall, very, very solid skill 3 right there. And the skill 2 also have 2-turn cooldown as well. So I think overall, a very solid damage dealer. I'm feeling that if I pull her tomorrow and I maxed out all her skill and I put my knitting gear on her, she will replace my knitting in all the shell farming dungeon. I have a feeling, okay? I have a feeling because I think she's going to do some amazing damage even in PvE because she buffed her own attack, and that's going to be very incredible. However, compared to knitting, I will never be able to max out her dupe. Like, I don't think that's going to be doable in the foreseeable future. So without dupe, she's not going to do as much damage because of the lack of stat. And also the final dupe is really good. And we have the current crit damage in here as well. So maybe without dupe and maybe max skill 3 and skill 1. Let's say you ignore skill 2 altogether. I think you don't have to max out skill 2. But skill 1 and 3, definitely going to be a great investment. I wonder if she's going to be comparable to knitting. And also we have Nailu in the game. I would say the base speed is kind of ass, but her base HP and base defense is really high. So she's going to be a very tanky support character. She has AoE speed buff for 3 turns, and when you maxed out her skill, which you should be able to do because she's an SR character, the cooldown is only 3 turns. So realistically, you have 100% uptime for speed buff on your entire team, which is really good, by the way. And then her skill 2 can heal and increase turn meter for one single target, which is not the most crazy thing, but with the return cooldown and nice decent amount of heal and also turn meter boost, I think this is going to be a very good support character. The skill 1 allow you to put a debuff that allow your team to do more damage. So overall, a nice mix between aggressive and defensive in one support character, which is very much welcome, right? And she's very cute. So if you are new to the game and you haven't built like an SR support character, I think this is gonna be great. And in the future, where you need multiple support for multiple different content, then having this in your roster built up is gonna be very, very good. And the fact that she's a disorder character, she's gonna be compared to like Lily, right? Lily also buff speed for your entire team. I happen to pull her recently, but I don't plan to build her whatsoever. But AoE speed buff, very similar to Nailu, and she also boosts turn meter, but she doesn't heal, but she reduce your DPS cooldown and also allow your DPS to attack together. So overall, Lily is going to be much more aggressive in terms of allowing your team to clear faster, but this character allows your team to heal a little bit in between, which is great. And also the vulnerable debuff is going to allow your team to do more damage. So I think for people without Lily, this is going to be a very decent sort of support replacement. So you feel like you have Lily. But overall, I think on her own, like, she's not like a budget Lily. She has her own identity. On her own, she's pretty cool. She's not going to allow you to be dominating in PvP with like turn 1 speed boost and whatever. But I think she's pretty solid as a support character. Her base speed is kind of ass though. Like, holy shit, that base speed is, oh my god, that's gotta be one of the slowest character in the game in terms of base speed. I think Shadow Sania is one of the slowest, but then if you max out her skill 1, you get plus 15. This character is an SR character, so max out skill 1, you get plus 12. So one of the slowest character in the game. Oh my god. You get effect accuracy and effect rest in the dupe, and hopefully she's going to be enjoyable for you guys to use. I'm probably going to build her up as well. I want to build so many SR characters. Like, I want to build this and so many other SR characters to build as well. But having another support, I think it's going to be a great thing for content that require you to build multiple different teams, especially like Ember Track or Cage Rumble in the future. That's going to be the one that you need to pay attention to. Maybe you don't have to 6-star her. Yeah? Let's say Cage Rumble require you to have 3 teams. I'm going to have my Kazami to provide speed buff, my Nailu to provide speed buff, and then for the other one, I'm going to have Tsukiyomi to provide speed buff and attack buff for the team. So with that, I have 3 different speed buffer. But then I also have like a maxed out, what do you call that thing? Fucho. So I have another speed buff character. I have 3 different speed buffer in 3 different elements. If I build Nailu, that's going to be my 4th speed buffer in the dark element. Do I really need to build her? But I don't have like a speed buffer in the light element. Oh wait, I do. I do have a speed buffer in light element. So if I build Nailu, I will now have speed buffer in every single element, and I can probably ignore Lily. You know what? Never building Lily. I'm gonna make a promise. Okay. You know what? Never say never. But I will not build Lily in the foreseeable future, so that the content is not Lily focused. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know what you think about the new update in the comment section down below, because even though we can say all the critics that we want, I still think I really enjoy the game more now because of the gear swap thing. It's like mind-blowing. It's so good. It should have been here in the first place.